Okay, the other project we're going to be working on today is back in the trunk area. We're going to do a couple of things. We've got our latch assembly here that bolts up to the, or actually welds up to the tail light panel. So we're going to weld that in so we can actually latch the trunk. And then we've got our hood hinges. And this piece here that welds to the car is the original factory one, and you can see we took care to drill out the factory spot welds. But we're gonna have to modify it. It's because of the wheel tubs that we put in. It's a little bit too long, and you know, interferes with the wheel tubs. So it'll be a simple modification to cut that off and get those welded up. So once we do that, we should be able to latch or put the deck lid back on, and you know, move on to the next project. Okay, here's the piece that we're going to cut. You can see we've lined it up in the car and scribed a line on there, and we're going to cut about an extra inch, leave an extra inch, and we're going to make some flanges out of this and make some 90-degree bends to have a place to plug weld it. So go ahead and cut that off now. Okay, hopefully we get a different result this time. No burning of the pants, hopefully. Okay, now I got this cut off. We cut it off here and cut these slots out of it where the bead rolled ridges were, and we'll bend this down to create a 90-degree flange so that so we can plug weld this to our wheel tub. So we're gonna go ahead and bend that now. All right, we got three geniuses back here. Look at them, yeah, all looking up at the camera, trying to figure out these hood hinges. Well, we got to break out the internet and figure out how those things go in there. Alright, so we cut our bracket off here, and you can see we cut, you know, 3 or 4 inches off of it, and then we cut some slots and bent a 90-degree angle so we could get it to you know, fit correctly. And there it is, mounted up in there. We've got to fine tune it and get the trunk on it and get it fitted up. We'll put some self-tapping screws in it temporarily, and then when we get it trunk fitting perfectly, we'll weld it up, plug weld those holes there, and you probably can't see that. Nope. So that's pretty much it. When we get that done, we'll have the trunk finished up. We're going to get some pneumatic strut rods to go on it, or hydraulic strut rods, whatever you call them. And instead of using the old torsion bars that used to work with this thing, we'll just use some strut rods and go from there. Okay, now we're mocking up the deck lid, getting it situated on here so we can get underneath the car with the gas tank out and get into the trunk and position those hinges in the correct place and get them mocked and marked so that we can weld them in. We use some matchsticks to get the gaps perfect and get the trunk lid fitting good. And you can see the paint sticks down in there. So it's pretty level, fitting pretty good, and we just got some tape holding it in place. So we'll get them all mocked up in there and get it welded up and all set. Okay, this is inside the trunk here, and as you can see, I'm in through the bottom, and we got the trunk lid on, and there's our hinge in place, and then here is the hinge as it bolts to the deck lid. So the deck lid's in a perfect position, and all of these joints have all of these bolt holes are elongated. I don't know if you can see that. And so we want to get it right in the center of all of them to make sure we've got maximum adjustment.